With Acolyte Season 1 in the books, is Disney really looking to bring back a Season 2? That's been the push by fans as they've started a Renew the Acolyte hashtag, though it's not as big as you would think. Hey, welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to be diving into some of the conversation around Season 2 of The Acolyte. I haven't yet finished my full season review, but I'm working on it. And if that's something you'd like to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's hop in and talk about and see some of the conversation that's happening over on X around Season 2 of The Acolyte. Will be with you. Hashtag Renew the Acolyte. It's not trending on Twitter or anything, but people are picking it up, just like this article here from GamesRadar.com talking about the Season 2 desire. Here's some of the tweets they pulled out, and then we'll look at some of them as well. I absolutely love this show. The plot, the characters, fight scenes. It wasn't perfect, and no, it was far from perfect and flawless, but it was great. I definitely need another season of The Acolyte. Hashtag Renew the Acolyte. Also says, The Acolyte was without a doubt some of my favorite Star Wars in recent years. A show that was narratively interesting, intriguing, as it was thematically profound. Okay, while I do not agree with either of those things, and I don't believe actually that we're going to get a Season 2 of The Acolyte, I think it's fair to ask the question, if we did, what is Headland looking to do? What would the plan be for Season 2? Because I think there's a lot of problems with Season 1 that can't be fixed, that just are there, and there's no way to actually improve upon them because Disney can't even stay true to its own lore. When talking about the possibility of a Season 2 with Entertainment Weekly, here's what Headland had to say. You have to take a break, Headland says, especially after something like this. I don't even know how many years my brain has been going. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Acolyte, Acolyte, Acolyte. Just constantly solving problems, constantly thinking about it. Really? Solving problems? How about creating them? It was very weird to now be in a place where I don't need to do that. I always say to budding writers, the most important thing that you can do is sit around and do nothing. Because the second you start to manufacture a story, you're going to get stressed out and the story can't start that way. I don't think you should be giving advice to writers how to write after seeing what we just saw in Acolyte Season 1. And I'm going to do a full breakdown. I'm doing a full breakdown of the writing specifically, the problems with all of the writing. That's coming soon on the channel. Make sure you subscribe for that. Got a lot of things I'm working on. It says this, while Headland may be enjoying, hopefully only temporary, break from the unrelenting pace and production and the pressure that comes with it, she can't help but form a future story in her head. My brain is still doing it, she says, laughing. It's almost like you're running. You can't just stop. Can't shut it off. Well, Disney can choose to shut it off, and I hope they do. Might be one of the few things. And some of a future Season 2 would involve seeing more of the Republic Senate, which was introduced in the finale courtesy of Jedi skeptic Senator Raincourt, David Hardwood. There was a lot of drama, blah, 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 and here it is. And that is just the beginning of Headland's future plans. Vernestra Rowe, played by Headland's wife, Rebecca Henderson, the only main character from the High Republic novels who appeared on the show so far. In the books, Vernestra is headstrong youth with a very different personality from the older Acolyte version who has been through it. She has seen so much, the finale teased a tantalizing connection between Vernestra and the Stranger. Can we just... No one calls him the Stranger. No one. In the show, he's never referenced that. Call him Chimere. Chimere? I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Revealing that Chimere used to be her Jedi Padawan. While Season 1 showed the father and daughter dynamic between Sol and Osha, a second season would delve into the past mother-son relationship between Vernestra and Chimere. That is something we're thinking about, Headland says, but I think if we're allowed to continue, which I hope you're not, telling this story, you'll see more of Vern's story with the Stranger and how that's affecting the decisions she's making. If Season 2 happens, the story is just going to be more flashback episodes from different angles, and you just do all of that. No one wants to see that. No one is interested in seeing the backstory of a character that we really don't care about. That some fans have, but the majority of fans don't care about. In fact, Headland's only real regret about Season 1 is that she was not able to work more of Venestra's backstory. Of course it is. Of course, that's the only real regret. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding. The Disney shills. Thank you, Entertainment Weekly, for the laugh. That was something I kept trying to slip in, but there was so much more. Headland says with a sigh, it's a really packed season. Really? I felt like it was not a packed season. And I love that. My goal is to explore as many nooks and crannies as I can in the time I'm given, and the Star Wars perfect place to do that because there's nothing but good nooks and crannies. All of this world that's available to you and you can dig into. So of course, there were things that I didn't get to explore. Yeah, but you're not digging into the world. You're putting into the world what you want to be there. You're not mining for the things that might already be hidden and throughout the Star Wars galaxy. You're just taking and placing into it what you want, and it doesn't connect. The fans see right through it. It's like you're a cop planting evidence and then being like, look, it was here, the nooks and crannies. And then we come to Plagueis. But there were bigger fish to fry and bigger characters to incorporate, most notably the final cameos of Darth Plagueis and Yoda. What has been done here by Leslie Headland has forced Plagueis and Yoda into a show at the end just to try and force a season 2. It didn't really further the storyline in any way, shape, or form. It's just Headland's way of trying to force a season 2 by quickly showing Yoda, quickly showing Plagueis, and letting fans run wild with thoughts, and it really didn't add to the storyline. Now, so is Plagueis Cameo's master? Why would Plagueis be okay with Cameo going and getting his own acolyte? He wouldn't. So it's either he isn't his master or they just don't think about things. But look what Headland says. We wanted to answer a lot of questions, Headland says. You didn't answer any. We wanted to show Cameo's master. We weren't going to wait a second season for that. We wanted to wrap up the twin storyline. We were not going to leave everybody hanging. They've sat through all of this. Yeah, exactly. We had to sit through all of this. And we want to reward people for watching. So there it is. Plagueis is Cameo's master. And he's just sitting on this island hanging out while Cameo is recruiting another acolyte, so that Cameo can be that acolyte's master. This is not how the Sith operate. It's just not. This is not what would happen. If a season 2 of Acolyte were to come about, I really, really, really hope that they would go in a different direction, that Lucasfilm would hire a different director, a different showrunner, a different writer team, and say, okay, you've given us the bones of Yoda and Plagueis, and we're just going to go in a whole different direction and explore maybe some of what, but we're going to let the Cameo storyline die off. We're going to just kind of move on and just let it be. If the twin storyline really was shored up, as Headland says, because I think what she actually would do is now Vernestra would try to probably train May. And that would just be ridiculous. I really don't think a season 2 will happen. I know fans are clamoring for it. When you hop over to Twitter and you just look at everyone's just begging because they know a season 2 isn't coming. They know a season 2. They talk about anything and everything they would want to. The series was fantastic, and a lot of it's just Darth Thunder going again and again. The power of 2. Want them together again in season 2? No. We are not renewing the Acolyte. And here's one. Star Wars toxic fans when women love a new Star Wars show. I'm fine if women love the Star Wars show, but this show is garbage. And you know it. That's why you're taking to Twitter to try and convince Disney, but it's not trending. Renew the Acolyte isn't even trending anywhere, even though people are trying to make it their mission to force Disney's hand. I mean, it's just silly. Tell me what you think. Are you hoping for a season 2? I'm certainly not. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and you can be a part of that. Would love for you to join the fandom and hang out where we talk about all things Star Wars. Guys, thanks for being here. I'll catch you on the next one. Remember, the Force will be with you always.